Scion here. Happy Friday, and it's another episode of MMO Show. Now, this MMO Show, I'm going to actually teach you some stuff, so definitely hold on to your seat, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Now, the topic of this is pretty much how to beat pay-to-win games at their own game. Now, you can actually do that. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, no, you can't. Like, you can't really ever really stand up to the pay guys, but you can actually do that, but you have to really be disciplined and take some steps. So we're going to talk about some steps. I got 5 steps here for you, and I'm going to explain them, and we're going to get right into it. All right, step number 1 is you need to understand events and freebies. Most pay-to-win games, and this is MMOs that are free to play that are considered pay-to-win. These are browser games. These are mobile games. These are anything under the sun. It could even be FPS games, because some FPS games you guys know out there, they're pay-to-win. So just to have a little bit of a hindsight, when you see events coming, what you always want to do is you always want to read the website of that particular game. You want to know when things are coming. You want to know when to take advantage of things. If there's going to be double EXP on the weekend, take advantage of that. You be the longest person playing there, leveling up faster along with the big dogs. Some people pay to do that. You're just going to be there on free to play or pay to win or double EXP weekend, getting your things, double drops. Games like Black Desert have a ton of events like that. They always have double drops, double drop items, going in dungeons, killing bosses. If there's a game, usually that, like, if there's a game called 7 Nights, it's a mobile game. That game is chock full of free events that is all about merit. It's always about merit. It's always about you showing up at certain times of the day or doing all the daily things of the day, and you can freely upgrade your characters. I have never paid a single dime in that game, and I have a badass group of people in that game. Not one. I haven't paid a single dime. The same thing with Kingdom Hearts Union Cross on it. I've never paid anything in that. The same thing with Blade and Soul. Well, Blade and Soul I paid the monthly fee, so that this is not really the same. But the same thing as well with Black Desert. Black Desert, I don't pay anything hardly with that either. I probably paid for a pack maybe 2 or 3 times, and I bought outfits. I buy more outfits in Black Desert than anything else. I got like 10 outfits for no reason. No, I'm stupid, but whatever. Either way, I'm not paid close to paying to win in that game. And every time an event comes, I'm in the boss Discord in Black Desert. Whenever a boss comes up, in the Discord, it comes to my phone. Somebody says so-and-so, like the tree's up. I'm logging on. I'm going to fight that tree with somebody. I'm going to get me some drops. I'm going to get me some boss loot or something like that. You got to get like that in all these types of games. That's how you get ahead. You don't have to actually pay for stuff. Usually, the majority of these games is strictly pay to be lazy. It's not even pay to win. It's pay to be lazy. You're paying because you don't want to actually spend time to do exactly what I'm saying right now, to understand events and freebies. Number 2, understand the curve. Now, what I mean by that is every game has a curve where you fit within a line. That's understanding how to level fast. That's understanding how your characters work and how good you can use your characters, and what characters are pay to win characters, what characters are free to play, and what characters are pay to win that you can actually achieve as free to play. That is understanding the curve, because the majority of the time, especially games like Naruto Online, you can actually get all those characters in the game, but you have to take a little bit of time to do it. So if you're dedicated and you understand the game and you save up and don't spend unwisely, you usually be able to get those characters for free of charge. Don't have to worry about anything. Don't have to spend a single penny in the game. Even if you do have to spend something, it'll be so minimal that compared to other people who spend $2,000 to $3,000 just to have it faster, you're good. I mean, if you only spend like $10, $15 a month and somebody else spends like 100 times that amount and you're still like a little bit weaker than them, you're doing it right. Step 3, understanding the game itself and how to win at the game. Now, that's different from understanding your characters and understanding, other things. Understanding the game itself is pretty much understanding how you're going to start the game to finish. So have a plan. Oh, I know you guys are probably like, this isn't fun. Like, I'm supposed to be playing a game. Well, I got to do all of this. But have a plan. Understand your progression. Start looking at YouTube videos. Go on Reddit, even though I know some people think Reddit is toxic. But Reddit do serve a purpose when it comes to information. Understand your path through the game, what you need to do, how you need to get level, what gear you need to be on whatever character. If it doesn't matter what game it is, if a shooter or whatever else, what gun you need to be doing, how you need to be holding your mouse, do you need to use macros? All of that goes into understanding the game and how to win. When you understand the game properly and how to win, you don't have to pay anything. Majority of the time, unless the game is a buy-to-play game or a pay-to-play game, if it's a free-to-play game, you don't have to pay anything if you truly understand the game. That is just the reality of the situation. And step 5, I'm going to explain something because I know some people are going to be in the comment section. Well, what about the pay-to-win people? How do you fight them? We're going to talk about that in 5. 4, which is probably literally the most important thing on here. Step 4, grouping with a strong guild or whatever the system is in that particular game for you to congregate with people. That will help you loads of a way. If you're in a strong guild or a strong clan or whatever else, you take down content. You be there with some friends. You might meet some people. You might even meet a mate. You might meet somebody you marry. You don't even know. You like anything. You might even meet friends that you like lifelong better than the friends that are around you. I've actually have some pretty good friends I have never actually technically met before that are better friends than people who have been in my life for years. And it's sad, but that's just the reality of the situation. That's kind of the good and the bad of actually being over the internet. In this day and age, like, you get to meet people that you probably wouldn't normally meet, but you're just right up under them. You're around them, and you're in a good place to actually meet these people. So definitely think about that. 5, which is literally the most important thing out of all this. When you get into all this, if you feel that you're going to be a free-to-play player, what you need to do at that particular point is say, okay, you know what? I'm a free-to-play player. I want to basically win at this game and do it at my terms. The most important thing you need to do with step 5 is have patience. If you do not have patience, all of the previous things doesn't matter. You're just going to swipe your credit card. You're going to sit up there and not go about doing things. You're not going to be disciplined. You're not going to understand the events. You're not going to understand the curve, step 2. You're not going to understand the game itself, step 3. You're not going to want to sit there and play with people in step 4 and have fun. You're just going to go straight to the credit card swiping, and then you officially become a pay-to-win player because you just didn't want to bother to understand the game. Now, there's pay-to-win players who understand the game and still do all of that, and they become gods because they put all that together. But you'll probably more than likely, if it's a good and official game, catch them. And notice I said a good and official game. There's some games that are not balanced, that just never happens because they're so far gone. Get so many freebies. It's just so broken that you probably will never catch that person. Those are the games that you shouldn't even be playing at that point once you figured it out. But that's actually a part of step 3. When you understand the game, you will understand that, okay, you know what, I'll never catch these guys even if I spend a little bit of money. So that's probably a game that you should never be in the first place, just to be honest with you. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, you know, pay to win. You're like, how do you fight those guys? When you choose to be a free-to-play player and you don't want to spend anything, or you can't spend anything, you have to accept at that point that people are going to be faster than you and stronger than you quicker. It's just going to be the reality of the situation. What you can do is you can work towards your goal and be stronger and enjoy the game for what the game is going to be. Once you get to that point, you have that realization, any pay-to-win game at that point is actually playable. At that point, you can have fun in it. You can just, you know, mess around with it. Like, it's free to play. You ain't got to kill yourself or anything like that. So definitely take that into heart and take that in consideration when you think about these games, because that's just opening up a door for you to actually have fun in the game, mess around with it, get out. Nobody said that you have to sit there and hardcore it. People kind of get a little bit too ego, and they want to just win all the time at everything, and just like, and they forgot that this is a game. We're covering games. We're playing games. It's supposed to be fun. You don't always have to just be the king of the hill all the time. You can just have some fun. I don't know why that's always just has to be a thing. Maybe that's just the competitive spirit of human nature. But, you know, it is what it is. So I hope you understand this. I hope you go in there and you play something. It could be anything. Play something that you thought was pay to win and have some fun. And then you might never know. You might, by the end of the road, like after a year or so, after you put some time into the game and played it, you be the one standing on top, busting ass. And then when you get a little bit of money, you put a little money into it, then you be the one, king of the hill, god level, because you knew how to play the game properly. So that's all I got for you guys. this week. I felt the need to talk about this because I see a lot of people always complaining about pay to win and always saying that it's pay to win. I can't win. I don't want to play. Blah 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 blah. Like, just defeat us before you even try it. Don't be like that. Be legendary. Peace.